Everything we've spoken about so far leads to this point, because once parents understand bullying differently, the next question is always the same. Okay, what do I actually do? Now, this is where the 6-step system begins. And the first thing to understand is this: you don't start by changing behaviour, you start by changing perception. Step 1 of the not a victim system is perception. Now, perception is how your child sees the bully, the situation, and themselves inside the environment. Perception drives emotion. If your child sees the bully as powerful, dangerous, and dominant, and they're in that pecking order where they see the bullies above them, fear rises. If your child sees the bully as insecure, reactive, or searching for power, fear drops. This is not about pretending bullying is okay. It's about removing intimidation. And one of the most powerful shifts that you can help your child with at home is this: the bully is not in control. They are trying to feel control. That sentence alone changes everything. Now, here's a simple way to work on perception at home. Not a lecture and not a therapy session for your child, a story. Create a short fictional story with your child that's age relevant. A character who feels small somewhere else in their life. This character might feel small at home, at school, or in another group. And then ask your child, what might that character do to feel bigger? Children understand this instinctively. When they connect bullying to insecurity, not power, fear softens. And when fear softens, reactions start to change. You're not asking your child to forgive the bully. You're helping them stop idolizing them. That's the goal of perception. Another powerful reframe to use with your child is this: bullies don't choose people who can fight. They choose people who react. This removes the shame. It tells your child this isn't about weakness, it's about skills that you haven't learned yet. And skills can be trained. This is where parents often make the mistake. They jump in too quickly, into scripts, into responses, but without perception shift, scripts feel a bit fake for your child. And once perception does shift, confidence grows naturally. Now let's move to the second step. This is where things become more visible for your child. Step 2 of the 6-step not a victim system is presentation. Now, presentation is how your child shows up in the world. And I want to be very, very clear here. This is not about pretending to be someone that they're not. It's about removing signals that say, I'm unsure, I'm unsafe, I'm reactive. Bullies read body language faster than words. Long before anything is said, the dynamic is set. In fact, over 90% of communication between children in bullying situations is nonverbal. It's posture, it's eye contact, it's movement, it's voice. So we start with an audit, and this audit should be done gently, not critically. You're not going to be analysing your child out loud, you're going to be doing this quietly on your own, just observing. You're not pointing out flaws, you're not pointing out flaws, you're trying to notice patterns as a parent. So, here are the most common vulnerability signals that I see. Head down when walking, eyes scanning the floor, shoulders rounded forward, hands in pockets, or excessive fidgeting with their hands, quiet or rushed speech, avoiding taking up space, especially as they walk into a room or with their body. Now, none of these mean your child is weak. They actually mean your child is anxious. And anxiety is readable. Here's how you can work on this without turning this into a big deal for your child, which can actually make it worse. Here's what you're going to do. I want you to pick one signal at a time. Not all of them, just one. Let's say you work on eye contact. Instead of lecturing your child, you're going to use a cue. One word. Eyes. That's it. No explanation, no criticism, just eyes. Now, you do this casually at home, in a conversation or in safe moments. Your child is avoiding eye contact with you when you're talking or someone else, and you just mention eyes, and immediately their eyes will look up. And you'll start to do this, and slowly you'll start to see that something changes. Your child becomes aware, then they become intentional, then automatic. Now, you can do the same with shoulders. You can say hands, or you can say still, or you can say calm. These cues, they work because they don't create shame. They just create awareness. You're bringing your child's attention and awareness to that one reframe of their body language. You're not criticizing, you're not judging, there's no shame here. It's the awareness that precedes the change. Now let's talk about posture, because posture is not about confidence, it creates confidence. It's in that order. There's strong neurological evidence that posture feeds directly into emotional state. A collapsed body sends a signal to the brain, I'm not safe. But an upright body sends a different signal, I can handle this. So we train posture like a skill. 2 minutes every day. That is it. Have your child stand tall, shoulders back, chin level, slow breath, neutral face. Not smiling, not aggressive, neutral. So you can make this quite playful with your child. Show me your strong walk. Children quite like this when it's framed correctly. Now, voice. Bullies listen for hesitation. You don't want to be too loud, and you don't want to be aggressive. You want to be clear. Practice saying short phrases at home. Stop, leave me alone, not interested, whatever. Clear, calm, once, no explaining, no justifying, then walking away. This is really crucial because words without exit keep the dynamic alive. Now here's the important part parents often miss. You have to practice this outside of emotional moments. And if the only time you talk about posture, voice, and eye contact is after an incident, you're too late. Training happens when the nervous system is calm. That's when it sticks. And once your child starts changing how they present themselves, something interesting starts to happen. The environment responds to them. Not because your child has changed who they are, but because they've changed how they read. This is often the first place parents see change. Teachers notice, peers notice, and bullies move on because the feedback loop is gone. Now, before we move on, I want you to pause this video just now. I want you to think about watching your child the next time they walk into a room. No judgment, just notice. Notice their posture, notice their eyes, their pace, and that information tells you exactly where to start. So I want you to pause this video and mark down that as an action. Just write the word observe body language, and you'll see for yourself and start to analyze and understand more, gather information, gather data. Now, if any of this is already giving you practical tools and you're benefiting from this video already, then subscribe today. In the next section, I'm going to cover step 3, preparation, and step 4, practice, because this is where we build the scripts, the role play, and the repetition, and where confidence really starts to stabilize for your child. So we're halfway through the system. We're halfway through the workshop. I hope you're enjoying it. Make sure you subscribe, and let's crack on with the next section. I just released a full no fluff workshop breaking down everything I know about bullying, the uncomfortable truths, the mistakes that parents make, and the exact 6-step system that has helped thousands of children transition through bullying, the stuff that actually works. So, if your child is being bullied, or you want to make sure they never become a victim of bullying, then watch the full video. Make sure you subscribe, because this is the work that changes your child's life.